the Jordan Peterson law. I got a text from a buddy in Vancouver who said it's great to see the Alberta government focusing on the issues that are near and dear, most pressing to Albertans. And then he gave me that /S to indicate his sarcasm. But this is probably one of the most talked about and controversial proposals that we'll see this session, named after, obviously, Jordan Peterson, the Canadian psychologist and author who's faced disciplinary action, as we've spoken about many times in past, from the Ontario College of Psychologists. This is Premier Danielle Smith's latest move to bolster free speech protections in Alberta, and also, obviously, a nod to her base ahead of her leadership review. This is one that they're going to love, right? It'll involve reviewing and potentially limiting the authority of governing bodies like the Alberta College of Physicians and Surgeons or the Law Society of Alberta, especially when it comes to disciplining members for statements or conduct that would be deemed politically charged or controversial. So it's a protection, a professional protection of your free speech. And I kind of wonder if Real Talkers might land on a couple of different sides of this issue. And this is my official invitation and call to you to send us an email to talk@ryanjesperson.com. Jordan Peterson's plight, his ongoing battle with Ontario's regulatory body, and keep in mind, as we've said in past episodes, Jordan Peterson doesn't care if he's stripped of his certification. Right? Actually, publicity-wise, it would be an incredible gift for him, a guy who's already got millions of followers, a guy who already sells millions of books, a guy who already makes millions of dollars on the public lecture circuit, to be, stripped of certification based on mean tweets he sent would go a long way in portraying him as a martyr, right? So he loves it. I don't speak for him, but you have to assume he loves it. Right? He's been vocal on contentious social and political issues, including things like pronouns, right? I mean, that was kind of what put him on the map in the first place, refusing to use requested pronouns from students in some of his psychology classes, right, in Ontario. And his case has struck a chord with conservative and in particular libertarian voices who have argued that these governing bodies are policing ideology rather than focusing on professional conduct. And so for Danielle Smith, I think that this case can serve as an example, a convenient one of she sees as regulatory overreach. So look for more on that. It's controversial, obviously, because I think that while Smith's supporters, particularly within, I'm talking like the paying, volunteering, door-knocking membership of the UCP base, they're going to see this as a necessary step. And this will reach into vaccines. This will talk about opinions on, right? I mean, this, use your imagination on how far the application on this can go. But her supporters, and the way that she'll put it, want to make sure that independence is paramount, that self-regulating authority of professional colleges designed to set standards ensure ethical practice and maintain public trust. A lot of people will say that these governing bodies obviously play a critical role in safeguarding the integrity of professionals. And they'll argue that those that are using their positions, right, or the authority that comes with their titles to spread harmful misinformation or hate speech as an extreme, in fields like healthcare, for example, could erode public trust. And so some are seeing this law as an overtly political move, that prioritizes ideological battles over practical governance. And so it's not a mistake, Danielle Smith, a very smart communicator, to invoke Jordan Peterson's name, the Jordan Peterson law. Are you kidding me? It obviously aligns her with a prominent culture war figure. And of course, it's leading a lot of people, political commentators in particular, to speculate that this law is probably more about energizing the premier's base than about sound policy. So if it passes, when it passes, we're going to see probably a pretty chilling effect on regulatory bodies across Alberta.